Hi, everyone. Thank you. I feel like I won something. I got here. It's been today over 12 and a half hours, but it's been almost 14 years. And I have a family court case that's been going on since 2003. I was married once before. I'm actually the mother of 3 children. 2 are fully grown. One is 26, one is 24. I'm about to be a grandmother a second time, but my baby child, if you will, who is now over 6 feet tall, is not quite 14 years old. So it is my child with him. And it was a domestically violent marriage. My first marriage did end in divorce after 12 years. And that divorce cost $500. I never heard of a GAL. Never saw a GAL, never needed a GAL. And while it was imperfect, we did co-parent and we did grow our children. So with my subsequent marriage, and it being as challenging as it was, the first piece of my story, and my story is, it is what it is. It's filled with dysfunction. I was able, through going through to domestic violence support classes, I was able to figure out a plan to get away. And I did. But the first time I had to call the police was when my ex-husband tried to push myself with our 9-month-old child down the stairs. And so that's almost 14 years ago. And that was probably the first time, too, that I ever walked the halls of a court to try to get an ex parte order, of which I couldn't even understand what ex parte meant at that time. Since then, there's been all kinds of issues. There have been protective orders, restraining orders. There has been a divorce. The divorce did happen sometime after 2003. Yes, this is one of those high conflict cases. My child, now being almost 14 years old, over 6 months ago now, and we've been in court every single year for one thing or another, he is trying to take custody from me, and there is a GAL in the case. And while the custody is configured as joint and shared custody, I have final decision making with everything except for academic placement. And I have no problem sharing custody. I think all children do need their parents. I think they need all of their families. And what I've heard today, I have to say I am so thankful that my child is still in my care. I'm out of money. I'm out of opportunities. I'm almost 48 years old. I've educated, re-educated. I drove a school bus to mandate local law enforcement to protect me against domestic violence. And I went to school as a paralegal. I worked for the state of Connecticut as a paralegal, as a matter of fact, for 3.5 years. But now I'm still in this situation, and I hear the bell. And I have to tell you that over 3 attorneys, just for myself, over 3 guardian ad litems thus far, DCF in 2 different states, over 50 false reported allegations against me. DCF has never intervened. Parental alienation, this is a quest. This is a quest of my ex-husband. Over 3 towns and 2 different states, DCF and multiple police agencies, and I am representing myself pro se. And I'm so, so thankful. I want to tell you about the really successful part of the Connecticut system, and that is family relations. And I'm really, really thankful that family relations the first time got it. They got it. And I had full custody, final decision making on everything, even though I had no money, which was amazing because it's clearly, it's a money industry. And I'm sorry, and there's no disrespect to anyone. Everyone's got a different story. But I think it's going to end up in family relations again. And I think I'm going to fall to my knees and thank God. Because I'm representing myself and I'm battling 2 different attorneys. But I became a paralegal. I actually was a clerk in family court at given points. Predominantly a civil.
Can we ask you to bring it to a summary, please?
So with respect to guardian ad litems, there's a guardian ad litem in the case who is actually trying to make sure I lose custody. the opposing attorney that represents my ex-husband actually told me in family relations, your son hates you. My son was taught to hate me. I didn't do that. But when I came home yesterday from court, my son had said to me just only the night before, Mom, my buddy Dave's going to mess you up in court. I said, I'm sorry? He said, yeah, my buddy Dave, Dad's lawyer. And I said, oh. I said, well, there's not going to be a court hearing tomorrow. I didn't tell him a lie. I was going to stop it in family relations. There was not going to be a hearing because the guardian ad litem wasn't even going to be present. I had a right to cross-examine anything that would be spoken about. But I came home that night, and clearly my son was already informed. My son respected me the whole night and all through today because my ex-husband was not enabled for a day. I'm thankful, and I hope to just continue and be able to raise this boy. And I hope that all children can have productive lives. There's a lot of pain here, and I didn't think I was going to come up here and say how grateful I am, because it's so painful. I've worked so hard to get here, and it's not about me. I'm doing this for my son because I want to quit often, but I don't.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you for waiting and telling us. Any questions? Thank you very much.